All right, and welcome back to Wildewitch RP's live play of our Burning Veil campaign, and we just lost Sirenscape. Amazing. What is Wildewitch RP, you might ask? I will tell you. Wildewitch RP is me, Faye, your game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We are a couple who love role playing games and sharing stories with all of you so much that we quit our day jobs and created our own company so that way we could create high quality TTRPG experiences full time. We've been very fortunate along the way to meet many awesome, amazing players who have joined us on our adventure, including the players with us today. And you can join them in all the fun. To get started playing with us, just join our Discord and website community where you can sign up for games, meet us and all of our players, talk about your favorite characters and stories, and even roleplay on our forums. We've got plenty of games that happen every day, Monday through Saturday, so that way you can play in our Mortal Guardians episodic campaign and fight back against the evil Coven of Zol and their dark masters from the void beyond the stars. We also offer high-quality custom quests, magic items, and our playthrough of D&D's Dragonlance campaign. So, take a moment during the game to join us and introduce yourself. We can't wait to see you at the table. Now, speaking of the table, let's get started with today's game. We are picking up with the fact that you are heading ultimately to the mound to take on Big Sig and whatever it is that he has holding up there, allowing him to empower himself with the powers of Fae and of Shadow. But instead of heading there on your own through the promised payment of 1,000 gold pieces to Master Fulmar, you have gained the assistance of the militia for Lonmarik. Spending the rest of the final day in Lonmarik, assigning yourselves to different tasks of defense, you made sure that the village was ready for any sort of attack that may happen while the militia is gone. The next morning you head out, having been introduced to Lorcan, half-orc scout and messenger that Steralda has used in the past. The day of travel went by with ease, and as we had left off last session, you have just settled into your camp. The camp of the soldiers is not terribly close, but you can hear, of course, the muttered voices. Not close enough for any sort of distinction of words, but enough of their presence, and their fire lightens the sky just behind you. Perhaps 100 feet or so. But you have a smaller camp. It is consisting of the three of you, Tala, Andy, and Frista, plus the companions you have picked up along your journeys. Ansel, Kari, Renan, and the most recent of your additions, Terraminder and Lorcan. What do you do this evening, if anything? Any specialties, or do you immediately just settle into discussions of who is on watch?
I think before, I unpacked some of the food that we had bought, and I hand them over to Frista if she ends up volunteering to cook. if not whoever is cooking, so we can have some, vegetables with our thing. I don't give them everything, just a little bit to add to the meal.
So, okay, I didn't hear that last part. I heard where you were offering it to Frista.
Yes, or anybody else who wants to cook.
Okay.
If she doesn't, and then we share a meal. But I don't give them all the vegetables because I need some snacks later.
Okay. No worries. Is there any volunteers from Frista or Andy to cook? If not, Taramender will volunteer.
I volunteer freestyle.
I'm fine cooking. I'll probably be up
Yay!
early anyways.
That makes one of us.
You're more than welcome to help though, Taramanda.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can help.
Awesome. Excited for the morning now.
There's, but does anyone cook for the evening? If not, again, Terminder volunteers herself.
Freestyle.
I'll help, yes.
Okay, so, then let's roll for Terminder to see how well her cooking goes. And with Friesta's assistance, would Friesta like to roll or provide advantage?
I'll give advantage.
Okay. It's a fairly good supper. She provides, with the vegetables that were given, it's not quite a stew, more in the same consistency of a curry, a very thick sort of sauce accompaniment of the chunks of the different foods that are present. Spiced up, not terribly much, but while it is simple, it does enhance the flavors of the food in a way that makes it bright and something that someone will want to eat.
Thanks, Terraminder. Nom nom nom. Mmm, yummy.
Thanks, Friesta. You helped Friesta.
Yep, thanks, Freestyle. Nom nom nom.
I don't need it now. You've already said what you said.
Can I say thanks in advance for the morning?
No.
Oh, I
Terraminder
get this timing down.
does turn to you, Friesta, and thank you for helping me. I don't normally get help, but thank you.
It's no problem. You barely even needed it. And I'm glad to be there for my friends.
Hey, Calamander, if you don't mind me ask, what? Terraminder. Did I mess up the name?
You're doing great.
Great. Terramander, just a quick question. Well, it's not a quick question. And only if you wanted to answer. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. What was your, day like, before?
Well, I would just, help with whatever Sorneros needed me to help with. He was very busy and very important, and so he had a lot of tasks that, he needed assistance with, so, I would help him, mainly, running errands, or if he needed things fixed, I would fix them. Sometimes I would help him in the labs with his experiments, but I just did whatever he needed me to do.
Did he ever thank you for doing these things?
I mean, it wasn't necessary. It was just, Our families have always kind of, my family's worked for his for a while, and, well, we were kind of put together, and, I helped him, and he helped me, and that was kind of how things were.
How did he help you?
I gotta go back to the other dope document. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold, please.
Alrighty, there's Terminder. And now to find all the details of Terminder. Well, he gave me this, and she pulls up her arm, her sleeve, and shows her left arm. It is a mechanical prosthetic. It shows a heavy wear and tear. Doesn't seem like it's been the best kept, but you know, I lost this, and he made this for me. And then, you know, he didn't. Most people might have, you know, turned someone who was unable to do their job or couldn't do it as well, turned them away. But he made it so that way I could continue to work and help him, and you know, then he provided me a place to stay, food, you know, the normal stuff.
How did you lose your arm?
There was an accident, and it would have killed Sorneros, but I helped. I stepped in and saved his life. I lost my arm, but well.
So, he must think really highly of you and relied upon you a lot and respected your intelligence and your capabilities because you were able to do all of these things, and also very grateful that you saved his life. Yeah.
I never asked him anything. Just, you know, our dynamic was he was my employer and I was his employee, his assistant, and we worked together really well.
Well, I am glad you're with us now, and I'm glad you have your arm, and hopefully you think of us as your friends, as I think of you as a friend.
She nods. Doesn't say much more. You can see her face flush, and it's probably not just from the heat of the fire. Perhaps talking about herself is something she doesn't normally do.
Bit of a change of subject. Andy, Frista, Kari, Hansel, Renan. Oh my god, I don't know who else is with us. Lorcan. Tomorrow when we get to the mercenaries, get to the
Raiders.
raiders.
Yeah, you'd be going to the Gurnagag's Raiders is where you're heading.
Right. So, who'll do the talking, and we had discussed what to offer them, right? Offering them the chance for revenge with our partnering with us so they have a better chance. If that doesn't work, I think somebody said something about offering them money, which seems stressful as we already promised that trader money. We also need to talk about if we trust Captain insert name here,
Waldo.
whether we, tell her about Master Fulcrum.
Fulmar.
Fulmar.
Uh, Borkin is stretched out, very at ease here in the camp, over listening to the conversation. Well, I don't know about, you. I trust Sterolda, in most every sense of the word. I would say you can trust her with that. I would say Sterolda should be present when we're talking, to the raiders. She's, leading the effort with the, more official militia types, which I'm part of, but more on the fringes of. And as far as what you can offer them, I wouldn't worry too about it so much. I have what you'd be willing to offer in your minds, but wait until they say what they're looking for.
Yeah. And I can figure out exactly what they want if they won't say it. But they probably will say it, so.
Andy,
They'll be fine. Yeah?
this new ability of yours,
Uh-huh.
have you
It's great.
used that on us?
Nope.
I
want
must
me to?
say, I would
I?
not want you to.
Yeah. No thanks. I wouldn't want someone seeing my own thoughts for their safety and for my annoyance level. Yes.
Okay.
Renan would speak up at that, quietly. You do not want people taking your song ideas?
Yep, that's it. Anyway, bed. Yes, I don't think I should be on watch personally. Unless you want to be woken up in the middle of the night by snakes or zombies or something.
No, I second to go to sleep.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go over here.
I'm fine taking any of the watches. I can stay up, I can get up early. I'm a light sleeper.
That makes one of us.
Should you and I take the second watch?
Look, if you want me on second watch with you, that's where I'll be. I can get in a couple bit of snoozing ahead of time.
Sounds good.
I'll take last watch, because I'll probably when I'm waking up anyways.
Yeah.
And I guess since I'm helping with breakfast, I'll be up for that watch as well.
Yep.
Good.
So Ansel will volunteer for the first watch then, and have Clary with him. Ansel, Clary, Tala Lorkin, Freesta, Teramander. As you each settle down into the rest, Andy, what are your dreams like this evening?
Uh, concern on various levels for various people and ideas. Let me go in further detail.
Please.
Oh, good. Okay, so during the previous day before this day. I was really concerned about taking the militia away from the town. That seems a little bit stupid given the you know, bandits in the area and the fact that they're led by a schmuck who takes money from the bandits. Um, so concerned about bandits coming through and raiding the village, which would be awful and horrible. Um, Especially like if someone were to do that to my hometown community, that would not be good. That just really would not be good. And so just general concern for that, and then think about how awful that would be for my family. Second concern is that we're heading into a place. I'm still looking for my brother Beck, who left under mysterious circumstances and has some tie to the Raiders, loosely, kind of, sort of, and was seen buying crossbow bolts a month ago. Um, so I'm just generally concerned that we'll find him in these next few days, either alive, which would be awful, in the presence of some of these raiders, or dead, which would also be really awful. And I'm not sure which one's better, to be honest. Yeah, so just dreaming about burning villages and dead or alive brother doing awful things or just dead. Um, yeah, not great. Nope.
It's a fretful sleep that causes this cyclical, almost nightmarish appearance. You see what looks to be Lonmeric, but with touches of your own hometown burning. You hear the screams and what sounds like laughter of bandits as they brutalize and take what they want. And then as you're shifting from the town to the mound, that keep that you had seen when you were taken the first time. Big Sig looming larger than life. And around you, bodies. They look like corpses, but they begin to raise. They raise with that black and white fire that fell from the sky that flows through you, and one of the bodies that now stands in front of you, somewhere between life and death. Hard to parse through this dreamscape. The eyes of Beck stare at you. Tala.
Hi.
As you bed down for the first bit of rest before your watch, what are you dreaming of?
I think Tala is dreaming about her home. You know, her house was it's a big fallen tree with the inside hollowed out, with shelves carved out, and there were moss and flowers and plants everywhere inside and outside the bark. Once you step outdoors, I had a huge garden with various plants, flowers, vegetables, and a little pond and not too far away. And I think Tala dreams about tending to our garden and just feeling peaceful. And then all of a sudden, she hears a woman crying. And she doesn't know where. She looks around, can't find her. She runs into the forest and runs and runs. And the world slowly gets dark, like the storm is brewing. And there she finds a woman lying there, bleeding. And she begs Tala, please, you need to deliver this. It's very important. Many people's lives now lie in your hand. And Tala holding this item in her hand, not knowing what to do. And then hearing the voice of Wildmother in the back of her mind. Child, it is up to you now. You must do this. And Tala's just feeling sad, looking back at her home, where it's sunny and beautiful. And she looks back down in her hand where the item was, and it's gone. That's why she dreams.
Tala, you are awoken by 4 knocks onto your shell from Ansel.
My head comes out. Hello.
Watch is, he's done, and you see where Kari is waking up, Lorcan nearby. It's time for,
Thank you.
Oh, second.
Thank you, Ansel.
He goes to lay
And
down.
I arms and legs shoot out my shell, and I get up and stretch a little bit. And go kind of tend to the campfire a bit and lights up her pipe and wait for her partner Lorcan.
Lorcan's also doing some stretches. You can hear the sleep still rumbling as he lets out these groans with the waking of his muscles. Gives you a nod. It is quiet in the evening. Night, dark ahead. And go ahead, roll for me a perception check.
13.
Cool. And Larkin rolls his. Got it.
Lorcan,
Yeah.
how did you join the militia group?
Well, it ain't really anything spectacular. I'm a bit of a, free spirit, so to say. Not quite mercenary, though I do have a bit of skills when it comes to fighting if I need them. But I'm quick on my feet, make a great messenger, and, still roll the soul out in me when I had to deliver something to her. She's just kind of kept me around, gives me enough pay that I don't really feel like leaving. If I ever needed for anything more than just a brief message to one of the nearby settlements, such like now, well, it's just a bit more excitement in my life.
That is good. That is good. Well, I'm glad that you're here. I'm not so great at running. I can do it, but the friction is never a fun thing. Would you like some tea?
Oh, well, not much of a tea fella, but thank you.
Understand.
He pulls out a flask from somewhere on his person and takes a sip of it.
Good.
He is eager if you approach him for conversation, but doesn't go seeking it out. A small humming to allow you awareness of him. He does move about the camp, keeping an eye on various areas and walking through, always giving a brief alert that he's wandering off but will be back.
You know how, like, if you rub two bird sticks together, the black char powder, like, you know, falls down? I'd like to try to go ahead and rub two charred stick together over uh, Andy's, like, right hand,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of powder it.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check to get over to Andy without awakening her.
17.
So, you get over, and while Andy is asleep, uh, you dust her hand with the black soot.
Yep. And happy, and she goes right back over to her watch.
Lorcan returns, and your watch goes by without issue. As this is happening, before Frista is awakened for her watch.
Oh.
Frista, you don't sleep
Nope.
like normal figures would. But your mind, while aware, still wanders. What occupies your mind as you rest, Frista?
Oh boy. Frista is thinking about the favor that she offered old Eliphas. She made the pact for personal reasons. She needs powerful allies to aid her quest for knowledge and maybe revenge. And so she done something stupid to be better acquainted with the first powerful being she met. And on top of that, she feels extremely guilty because all of her friends are working together against the Skyfire crisis, but her mind is occupied with, and I mean this very literally, the exact opposite. So it's a fateful trance.
Tala, as your watch comes to an end, and it is time for Frista and Terminder, what do you do?
She does the same things that she normally does. She goes over to Frista and go, Frista.
It's 5 more minutes.
Okay.
No, we're not doing this. Hello, good night, go back to sleep.
Okay. And she goes back down to where she usually sleeps and boom, into her shell she goes.
All right. Lorcan
And
has...
before she falls asleep, I think she has a satisfied like grin on her face going, I knew I would get her out of the whole 5 minutes thing.
So... I just looked up to see the stream chat. Holy shit. So, Lorcan awakes Terminder, and Frista, you are now awake. And please roll for me a perception check.
No problem, I'm really good at this. Not horrible.
Not horrible indeed. So, as you are as your watch begins, it's still the dark of night, though it is the early hours of morning. You have the sound of fire from the campfire. Donald's right.
Sorry.
It's great.
I need to change her backstory now.
Right? But it's peaceful. Terraminder is, she's not one to immediately talk, which you've come to understand in the days that she has been traveling with you all. But she is a presence that is easy enough to recognize and feel, and you don't see any sort of threats upon the horizon, at least not at this time.
I guess see what we have around in terms of food, and if there's anything Saramanda and I can cook up.
Go ahead, give me a, if you're sticking just to the camp, investigation. If you're going to go around the camp area into the woods, a survival check.
Let's stick with the good one. It's an 18.
Okay. So you have some of the leftovers from last night's dinner, either things that were not used or things that were not consumed, hidden away from Andy, of course. You are able to put together some stuff for a hearty breakfast, something heavy that would be able to sustain you for a full day of travel, a full day's worth of travel.
Do I need to make a cooking check or?
Yeah, go ahead. And you have advantage from Terraminder's help.
Awesome. Ooh, that's a 22.
Okay. So, as you are making the breakfast, as dawn begins to rise over and morning begins to fully break, let me just check something. All you would notice is that Terraminder is a very dutiful assistant. Breakfast gets made with ease.
And since done, I put my hand out for a high five.
You see a look of confusion on Terraminder's face.
High five? I like high five myself and then go back to her.
Okay. And it's not the best high five, but she gives a valiant effort, you'd think, for Terraminder.
Ooh. Best high five ever. We should wake everyone up. Andy last, obviously.
Okay. And so Terraminder begins to start helping wake everyone up.
Thank you, Terraminder. Terraminder. Oh, jeez.
It's okay. Whatever, is easiest for you to say.
Yeah. Tala just kind of side, you know, side eyes Andy when she wakes up to see if she notices her hand.
Do I?
Uh,
Or does she go ahead and
so
wipe her
why don't
face?
Andy, um, when you wake up, do you open your eyes first, or do you rub your face
Yeah,
to help open your eyes?
I open my eyes first.
Okay, give me a perception
I've
check.
been with Tala for long enough now. Perception, my favorite skill. That's an 8.
Nothing seems amiss. You don't see anything immediately next to you when you wake up. You don't feel anything that shouldn't be on you.
Alright, yeah, she'll rub her eyes with her sooty hands.
Now, kind of, you feel something grainy across your face.
Oh, what is this?
As you
Oh
pull your
man,
hand back, it's all
ah,
soot smudged. And
that's obnoxious.
now you guys see
Giving
the soot on one half of Andy's face up near the eyes.
giving the evil eye to Tala. And
Who
I'll rub
giggles?
it with my sleeve. Actually, I don't have a sleeve. Go over to Tala and rip off a rag and rub my face with it.
Oh yeah, rip off a rag. Do you think
Um,
Tala has a rag?
I think you have a lot of things.
That's true. Yeah, I'll give you that.
The canvas of the sack of potatoes.
Sounds good.
Ha ha, Tala. Oh, food! And then, like, totally forgetting Tala, I'm gonna go find food. Wherever it is.
So yeah, you get your serving of breakfast.
Plus.
We should make Faye like describe each dish or
No,
meal.
that's not necessary. Then I'll just be eating.
What you have right now is just fancied up rations. It's nothing.
It's great.
It's nothing to write home about.
It's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Freesta. I'm eating it.
Oh,
Nom,
me?
nom.
No,
Oh, and
this was all
Taramindi.
Taramanda. I done
Oh, thanks,
nothing.
Taraminder. I believe you. It was great. It was good times.
It's
Nom, nom, nom.
amazing.
Her face immediately flushes. No, I really just only I helped.
Did everything. I just basically stood there and watched it. It was magic happening before my eyes.
No, it really
Delicious.
wasn't like that at all.
Yeah, okay.
I have roll a deception.
Yeah, go ahead, roll for that.
Yep.
It's very obvious that Freesta is playing this up.
Yeah. No, I will still continue to praise Taraminder, but I'll give Freesta like a few nods as well. Like, no, you both did great. Freesta, you both did great. You know, that kind of a deal.
As the rest of your people awaken, as you can start to hear the sounds of the soldiers breaking down their camp from the militia. You are you make out for the rest of the journey. And let's get some as you progress through across the realm, you go ahead, roll for me. We'll do a group survival check here to see how well you're traveling.
Okay,
Carrying
Freesta.
this party.
Yeah, you are. That's good. Someone has to do that.
Okay. You keep with your pace, just a bit of the soldiers behind you. and you cover a lot of ground and do make it towards where the you know to be Gurngak's raiders territory.
If Krista shares that.
I mean, it's a group check, so you're all
Okay.
like all successful.
I look over to Lachlan and the group. Lachlan.
Looking.
Morgan. And the rest of the group and say, when should we ask the captain to join us so we can go talk to the...
When we get accosted by raiders.
You want to wait until then? What if they don't let us send for the captain?
She's only
You
about
don't think
200
we
feet
should all
behind us.
together?
We can wave at her. I'm gonna wave at the captain. Hello.
The captain and the other soldiers kind of seem to be looking. It's about 100 feet, so they see that you're waving and can kind of hear what you're saying.
You don't wave back.
I mean, they're trying to see if this is like any sort of danger situation, because this
You
would
don't
be
wave back.
more
that's
of
so
a
sad.
signal of, hey, we need your
No, it's
attention.
fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna turn back and go. See, they're there.
Speaking as an experienced runner, what I would suggest, instead of waiting to be accosted by any sort of bandits or brigands, wave them down, tell them you're looking for a conversation, send them off as a header. I can run back to Sterolda, get her on her horse to come up here, join us, and we go in for a conversation. Have it work on both ends. Perhaps we slide them a bit of coin to have this Gurngak and perhaps any of his figures to meet us in the middle, so to say.
Right.
Yeah. Do we
Okay.
have a white bag? Look at Tala, evil eyes.
What if I just go, yoo-hoo, raiders?
Come out, whoever you are. This sounds like an awful idea.
Okay. I'm sure I have something that used to be white. Does anybody have the ability to clean things up?
I can clean things.
Like washing them? No.
Yeah, I mean, if you go order, I could wash something.
No, I think Freesta can do it if she doesn't mind and clean off this soot off of this white fabric.
Yeah, use prestidigitation to clean it off.
Alright.
Thank you.
Fancy.
And I hand it over to Indy. Here you go. White fabric.
Just gives you a look. Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
asked
this
for
is
it.
not useful in my hands. Who's tall? I'm gonna give that to you. Tall person.
Well, why don't you get on my shoulders and then you can wave it around? Or should I
I'll
have
do a
asked Tyler
persuasion
Munder
check.
to do it?
Oh, no. I'll do it. Well, okay. Hey, Faye, can we have Tala do a persuasion check?
Yeah, Tala,
Oh, 14.
how does
I think-
Andy respond to a 14?
I think that's good. I'll hesitantly, and mostly because you threatened to have Terraman to do this for you. I'll get on your shell very awkwardly.
Good.
With the rag. This is weird. I feel too tall. Yeah, fall and break something.
So,
Yeah, you gotta make sure that I don't run into any low branches.
well, the area that you're walking in is open air. So
Oh my god, I love this place. We just stay here. Avoid the trees.
totally.
Great. Excellent.
As you are doing this, how do you try and get attentions of potential bandits and brigands?
I could play a really loud song. I could do that.
Yeah, do that.
What else? Oh, I could do Thunder Wave. That's really loud and obnoxious. Um, we'll try playing songs first because that's more fun.
Yeah.
Roll a performance
Um,
check.
I would love to. And the goal here is loud. Oh yeah, no, 25.
Yeah, you are playing loud, and from where you stand atop Tala's shoulders, it really carries out, you're sure. And as you're doing this, if anyone would like to roll for me a perception check.
Fair enough. I'll take it. Should
Nice.
not have worked.
Okay. Freesta. After a few minutes of Andy's playing, you start to see a few faces peering out of the woods in the distance, perhaps trying to gauge whether you are a threat or not.
I think we're getting them. Keep playing.
Okay, you continue to play. They don't seem to immediately move out, more cautiously watching.
Do you see any of them?
There's a few, but they seem to be assessing us to make sure we're not a threat. And I think playing music is really non-threatening. So,
Can make
Can Tala start, bouncing around and do a dance as with, Andy on her shoulders?
I mean, if that's what Tala does.
That's what Tala does.
Andy, how do you respond to this?
Oh wait, you're dancing?
Yep.
Well, you are on her shoulders.
I'd probably fall off, to be honest.
No, I would have you. Well, no, I guess.
Go ahead,
I
give
guess
me
depends.
Go ahead then, Andy. Give me a dex save to see if you keep your
I
balance.
love dex saves. 14.
You keep yourself on Tala, but you do have to sacrifice playing your song to do so.
Yeah, okay. Tala,
Oh.
stop it.
Sorry.
Stop.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm gonna slide
Sorry.
off. Okay. Now. It's like look at you with like a finger. Nope.
Sorry. Sorry.
Walking's far better.
And then she starts waving her arms and says, "You raiders."
Roll a persuasion check, please.
I don't think we should refer to them as raiders.
That's what they are.
I
Oh
know,
no.
but
Oh man, that's not.
As you begin to walk and Tala is attempting to try and gather them, Freesta, since you had grabbed them, the sight of them in your eyes, you can see where they're talking to each other, one of the groups, looking like they may make they're making a plan to move inwards on your group.
Lisa just puts her hands up, make sure that they clock that she has also seen them.
Okay, give me a performance check to make sure that you move this in a way that catches their attention.
9.
Cool. So your hands are up. You don't know if they've seen you or not beforehand, but you do watch as the raiders move from outside of the tree line, and they have bows drawn at the ready, and they call out, "Stop! Whatever you're doing, just stop!"
Ouch.
I like You don't like the music? Was it that bad?
No, it is actually. And then you see where one of them gets elbowed in the side.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice, actually.
Hi. We're here to request a meeting with Ew. Tries to freestyle. What was his name? We're here to request a meeting with your leader. Don't take me to your leader. Can you have your leader come and we can meet in the
Yeah,
neutral?
fat chance on that right now.
Uh-oh.
We don't know who you are. You're doing weird things in our territory.
We're just playing a song. Is that weird?
And then you're
No, we
calling
were
out,
trying to.
calling out to us, "Yoo-hoo, Raiders!" Who does that?
That was a great impression. Oh my god, you're so good. Are you like an actor or something?
I've taken a few. That's not important.
I was
No.
trying to get your attention.
Yes, we wanted to
You
lure
did
you
that.
out because we didn't want to step further into your territory, and we thought that playing music would be, not
Nice.
threatening. So now that you're here, we do have a proposition for you and your leader. If there's any place we could meet that would be, good for you.
Take you back to the camps.
Right, we have someone who were looking to join us. She sort of has a lot more power than we do. We're hoping for her to do some of the talking.
Persuasion check.
Hey.
Look, I'm not gonna be waiting here all day for someone to join us. If you've got someone that you want, you can make your way back to the camp on your own. We've got work that we've got to be doing.
All right. But now that you've seen us, if we were to enter your camp, there would be no hostilities.
If we make it to the camp back in time, to warn of your approach, sure.
Oh, good.
Right. That's great, actually. Thank you very much. Keep going with your acting classes. I know being a raider must be fun, but you've got a little talent. I can see it in you.
Alright, sure, thanks. At this, Terraminder is going to sort of tug on Freesta, trying to get your attention. Perhaps, we asked them to, instead of doing whatever they're gonna be doing, to go back to the camps, and ask them to perhaps pass on a message to Gurngak, instead of just hoping things go our way by chance.
Try.
I can, if they need money, I can put forth some of mine.
We're not going into money at the moment. We're already in too much debt. We'll see where it goes before we start giving things up, okay?
She nods, but you see where she's readying her pouch in case.
On second thought, sorry, Mr.
Say-
Actor Guy.
Turn back towards you. There's a look of exasperation.
I understand that what you are doing at the moment must be very important. Though we are hoping that you could instead return to Gurngak with the message. Please.
Persuasion check. And if anyone wants to jump in to assist, you can, of course.
Yes,
Not hard.
be a good thing. please do it with a advantage if possible. I would like to go ahead and lend you a helping hand.
How do you add into the conversation to...
I think, did I hear Terramander kind of talking to Frista?
Yeah, Terraminder's quiet, but she
Okay.
wasn't, like, trying to, like, only
Right.
make it so Friesta could hear her.
I take out 2 gold. We would really appreciate it. And it's important.
Here's Terraminder, ignores Friesta. um,
Ouch.
yeah, persuasion with advantage, Friesta.
I will roll again, but I don't think I'm beating a 15. Nope, I'll stick with the 15 if that is alright.
He eyes the gold, calls for his partner to stop. They don't get closer as from where they were, but at least not at this moment. Alright, what's this message that you want us to run forth back to Gurnagak? We'll see what it is, and perhaps, you know, we make it, we might be able to make it there.
Well, we offer him an opportunity for a revenge on Nolsgard? Korsgard?
Cole and company.
Cole and Company. Froll and Company.
Big Sig.
We have a proposal and would like to meet with him. Them. Her. Them.
Terraminder, him.
Him.
You see that the two kind of now seem a little bit more invested. They step forward. Crow and Company, you say? Now that's interesting.
Yeah, we don't like Big Sig, and we gather neither do you.
Definitely not as much as Gurngak doesn't like the guy, but we can definitely we can run the message back to Gurngak. I would say once he hears of this, he may be interested. You know where the Raiders' camp is at, yeah?
We know that.
Yes, but we would rather not go there.
What?
We would rather meet in a mutually mutual safety for both of us,
Puts
please.
a hand up.
Uh-oh.
Look, I can't promise that Gurngak is gonna jump out of his seat to come meet you for an opportunity.
Yeah, tell her, let's just go in. It's fine.
I would say head towards the Raiders' camp. Worst thing that happens is that you have to walk all the way there and go into a meeting on his turf.
That's the
But-
worst thing.
Andy,
But we'll make sure that Gurngak is made aware of the situation that's at hand. So you should be, if you're worried about safety, fine.
Like this
right.
guy.
Lorcan is here, yes?
Yeah, Lorcan's nearby.
I kind of lean over to Lorcan. Lorcan, is this okay?
I mean, it sounds pretty standard. You know, pipe's not the best thing that we was hoping for, but I mean, I don't see no issues with it.
Okay. And I look over to Andy. Is this okay?
Is it? Insight 17, DM?
Insight on the guy. He seems pretty forthright with what he's saying. He seems more interested in perhaps getting out of this situation. He does seem intent to follow through with what he said. He believes that you'll be fine on the safety account.
Okay.
But who knows how individual agents will respond.
Yeah. Okay, just as long as he thinks he's more or less on the up and up.
Yeah.
Turn to Tala. It's sure. Yeah, let's go. We've gotten out of worse.
And I turn to Freestock. That's okay with you?
Yeah, I have a okay feeling about it.
Oh boy. Okay. Does he come close enough that Tala can hand him the money?
Oh, yeah, no, he's been making his way towards you during the conversation.
Oh.
As soon as the gold was pulled out.
Yeah, I pass off the money and I go and stand behind Freestock.
Okay. Any more last minute things before me and my associate head off?
Was Yoo-Hoo Raiders really that bad?
It's a bit demeaning.
What
would you rather be called?
Schmucks? Scamps?
No.
You know, a good hey you. It suffices.
Hey you guys.
That's so generic, though. There could be any number of random people.
That you'd like to refer to you either to yourselves or to other people. Do you have a name?
Look,
We just kind of know you as Gurngax Raiders.
yeah, no, Gurngax Raiders, that's the name. We don't have the problem with the Raiders. It's the Yoo-Hoo Raiders that we really had the problem with.
Oh,
Ah,
right.
okay.
Okay.
How
So it
about
wasn't-
Raiders, you're late for dinner?
Look, if you see us and you need our attention, you could be like, hey, you, over there in the bushes. I see you, and then go on with whatever you need. You don't have to make it so, I don't know, prose-filled.
What if there's two
Roseville.
different figures in the bushes? How do we specify that we're looking to?
Do you know the cardinal directions?
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
then you should probably learn that so you can be like, or how about a clock? You guys have seen a clock before, right?
Maybe. You don't know.
I don't know, which is why I'm asking.
Yeah, what if you are like right next to each other and you don't know, and I'm trying to warn you that someone's about to sneak up and stab you in the back?
Then I think a hey you kind of has me on alert, so I'm looking all around, and I think I would see someone who's right next to me about to attack me.
You would hope, yeah.
You don't see that person behind you?
Roll a deception check.
Please be good. Natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
And he looks over his shoulder. There's no one there.
Oh, wow.
Priest is on the ground laughing. Oh, sorry, we'll let you get on your way. We just were.
Yeah, haha, very funny. But you see how a generic warning can get across to someone?
Not
No.
really. Shrista walks away.
So, as the two of those head off, and you see that they start to kind of break out into a jog, Lorcan...
They can run.
Well, they might run later. Lorcan. We can go back, make a quick run over to Starolda. I let her know that we at least got a message sent out, and that we can continue on the way. Perhaps bring her up closer.
Yep.
Alright. So, as you guys, your group continues forward, Lorcan does break away to run to the back where the militia are.
Can I turn to Taramander?
Sure.
Taramander, that was a great idea. That was so good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, they've been around the Raiders before, and they kind of, they don't really care about people outside of the Raiders, or, unless you start, like, bringing in, things that might be interesting to them.
That's really good. Thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it. I'm not gaslighting. I'm thinking. I'm trying to build her up.
Gaslighting, in other words.
Terminator kind of holds herself a little close together with the intense attention given to her.
Uh-oh. No, immediately turn away.
God. This poor child.
She doesn't like fully like hide herself anything. She just kind of shoulders tense and curled in.
I really need to get her like a heavy blanket or a heavy shawl or something.
No, it takes more than that, I think.
Perhaps. But every little bit helps, right?
Yeah, sure.
Get her a security blanket.
Keep telling yourself that, Tyler.
We just need the halflings to go to therapy, honestly.
Together. Group therapy. That would be a trip. Yeah. Uh-huh.
When we get to Wintervale, that'll be one of the things that Andy and Terminator end up doing. Is just therapy every weekend.
Oh my god. Acquired by the court system.
Right?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh my god. Third thing Tala wants to do when she gets to Winterveld is go to a nice bathhouse and get a nice soak.
So, as you all continue on your way, it's not terribly long before Lorcan comes back. Maybe about half an hour or so. Closing the distance, having talked to Staralda, maybe made a few rounds of short talk with some of the other soldiers before returning back. Alright, I've got Staralda on the whereabouts. She said that she'll join us if it's spotted ahead of time that someone's riding. I'll give a signal and Staralda will know to join us. Or if we do end up having to walk all the way to the raiders' camps, she rides up and joins us, goes in for negotiations.
Great.
Great.
Thank you. Lorcan.
Yeah, Lorcan.
Yes. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Lachlan. I apologize.
No,
Thanks,
it's fine. I'm sure you've got plenty of people in your life that have strange names, but nope, very simple, 2 syllables, Lorcan.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's really silly for a man to name a character so close to his name. But, it's just, it's writers,
Shots
privilege.
fired. Do you want to get shot out of the sky here, Tyler?
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. About characters and writers. I'm definitely not an author. If you've got me confused with somebody,
Right. Yes.
But you
I
said you
apologize.
had a bunch of stories.
I
You
do.
just keep them in your head.
They're stories that I've experienced. Each one for all my scores, and I've got a couple others where I got out untouched.
Right. Well, you can tell us on the way to certain death. I mean, the raiders' camp.
Yeah, no, I can actually go into a few of them. And he starts
Right.
pointing out some of the more visible scars and talking about how he got them.
Gosh.
He gets very into the stories, miming the different gestures, he's a very visual storyteller, using all of his body to speak. And as you are... oh god, Shay.
That's all I'm thinking of. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, he's not leaving you empty-handed, and he's not changing the story each time he brings it up.
Well, we don't know. He's only brought it up once.
He forgets and he tells the same story 5 times.
Right? Well, maybe you'll just have to ask him about his scars another time to make sure he keeps the stories consistent.
There you go.
as you continue your travel, it is unhindered. And another night goes by with no sign of any raiders coming up. Your night goes by without issue, and as you are traveling on the third day, getting closer to the camps, you start to see the raiders that are here, the base, watching, as if they're keeping their eye out for something, and you hear the sounds of a horse's gallop and trot as Steralda comes to your side.
Great.
Perhaps they are testing us here, but now that we are here, let us go in cautiously. As she looks about, I've given orders to the men not to start anything, but to be ready on the defense should something happen.
Yep. Medics at the ready. Okay, good.
As you enter into the camp, indirectly, your group is funneled and guided to a large tent. And once you're there, you see the two raiders that you had seen the previous day that had gone ahead as messengers. They nod inside. Big man's waiting for you inside. He'll listen to what you've got to say.
Yay. I'm so glad.
So, entering in.
Can I cast detect bots before we go in?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Entering in, you do have, I believe detect thoughts is verbal and
Yeah, it's
somatic.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Go ahead, give me a insight check then to see if you can do this at a timing where no one's paying much attention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
No, you definitely find an area, a
Great.
spell. They know now that a spell was cast, but they're unsure of which one, so they do kind of seem a little alert, looking out for any sort of immediate effect.
Fine. It's...
But, yeah, no, seeing no immediate effect, they just stay wary, but no one's immediately hostile. And
I'm a halfling. How dangerous can I be?
Well, it depends on, who you're asking.
Oh, okay.
But entering into the tent, you do see Gurngak, this orcish figure, and his top lieutenant's likely at his side. Seems to be decked out in a intimidating battle regalia, as if he was expecting company.
Weird.
Seat. He motions to, there's about 3 seats that are available for the conversations and negotiations on the other side of the table.
I'll go sit in one of them. I'm dead anyway. Hello.
I'm not much of a talker as well. Stay standing.
Steralda will sit in one. And with that, You are within the camp, within this tent and the heir's tents, with Gurngak sitting in expectation.
I'll look at Stralda. Are you gonna offer? Do you want me to offer?
Steralda looks to you all, especially to you, Andy. You are the ones who came up with the idea. I think it's best if you're the ones to offer it. I'll listen to what he's got to say, and if there's anything that I disagree with, we can start the negotiations there.
Alright, hail, Gungak. We have a proposition to make. We would like to attack the mound. Get rid of Big Sig, take him off his throne, and disband Quill and Company. And since this is kind of your neck of the woods, and we know you have beef with them, we would invite you along as allies to take down Quill and Company.
What does Gurngak get for this alliance?
Revenge, share of the spoils, notoriety in killing such a schmuck. Powerful, so we hear.
Oh, excuse me. As you offer these things, Gurngak seems intrigued. Interested. Go ahead, give me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, relatives. Oh, that's so sad. 7.
Gurngak demands majority of root and unopposed control of remaining Kroll and Company. And then his eyes turn to Steralda as well. And no pursuit following.
Do I get anything with detect thoughts on this guy?
The detect thoughts, he's not being deceitful. All of his thoughts are very much against. There's anger at Big Sig, wants to fight, wants the majority of the loot, but is open to a share. You get some, he gets some. Adding more of the surviving raiders of Troll and Company to Gurngak's raiders, bolstering his number, and wariness that the militia will only treat this as a temporary, and then he will have to deal with them as adversaries. So he's being honest. Sure. But now you see that Steralda is going to be needed to convince to agree to the demands of no further pursuit. But if you can get Steralda on board, likely you've got yourself an alliance.
Is Steralda like probably wary of this guy?
Steralda, yeah, no, she's fully for the people.
Okay.
Bandits, raiders, not good at all. If she could, she would. Like, you're getting like ideas of like if she didn't have to be here, she would be working to getting these guys arrested.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just wondering.
But-
Yeah, Captain
Question.
Geraldo.
Is there a way you can guarantee that you will not attack Limerick? Limerick? If they don't pursue you, you don't attack them. If you attack them, then they pursue you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, crap.
You're trying to get them to agree to something. It's a persuasion check.
Please, natural 20. Ugh, why do I do these?
Gungak is giving Gungak's demands. Gungak will receive before Gungak gives more.
Geraldo.
I don't like it, and I don't wish to agree to it. Do you try and convince Steralda, or do you?
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
She's not. She does not want to agree to.
Okay.
No
okay,
pursuit. She's got to be convinced.
I get what you're saying. Well, look at it this way. When we attack the mound, we'll likely scatter most of their forces. And though I believe Gungak will do his best to collect the rest of them, they might not appreciate that. I don't think. Yeah, and pursuing them at that point, your troops will be tired and you know, you'll be far from home. It'd be best to just return home anyway, in case something else has happened. So pursuing them at that time seems silly.
Also, right now you have 2 enemies. With this, you'll be down to 1 enemy.
Persuasion check. You can either one each, or because of Tala's help,
Nope.
Andy will have advantage.
Advantage, please, for Indy.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Persuasion. Oh, wow. That's good. That's 22.
You see, as your words hit Steralda, she chews them over. Alright, I'm seeing what you're saying here, and perhaps it is better. She turns away from your group, turns towards Gurnagak. The militia will not pursue you following the battle. You have my word. But if you so much as even think of threatening Lornmeric, that'll change. You see Gurnagax lift his head, widen his stance where he sits, making himself a bit more imposing. Gurnagak will agree to this arrangement if all of Gurnagak's demands are made. So,
Great.
if you agree to allowing Gurnagak and his raiders the majority of the loot, as well as the unopposed control, you will have his
May-
force.
What does
Andy?
majority of the loot mean? What? Tom?
Yes. That. Because we need at least 1,000 gold.
Yeah. Could I do some check to see if we would
Well-
estimate that?
You don't know what Kroll and Company has, so it's hard to
Okay,
say for
cool.
sure what specifics could be.
Okay.
He's not saying he wants all of it, so you'll still be able
Right.
to get a share. Whether or not it's what you need, you don't know.
Okay. I'll voice something briefly then. Gungak. Uh, majority of the share is a little bit troubling. We'd love to give you much of it, but we have expenses that we must pay. We must pay for the militia to come help us take down Kroll and company. But after that, the majority would be yours. Is that satisfactory to you?
How much are your
I'll
debt?
1,000 gold pieces.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Great. I love these.
Come on, Andy. Yes. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
God.
No.
I love
darn
these
it.
sevens.
Gungak will consider this.
What is this? Is Detectbot still up?
It is.
Okay, what, like,
His
mood-
surface thoughts
Yeah,
I cannot afford petty debt.
yeah, okay. That's fine.
Maybe, what if there's more loot there? Like, way more than 1,000, and we only need 1,000. If
we
we
need more
go
than
on,
1,000. Okay, whatever.
I know, the basis that we take what we need might only be 0.01% of what's there in total. So if we have a set amount that we need, the rest is all for you, whatever you want.
Please, so we want more than 1,000.
If your 1,000 is all the loot, Gungak gets nothing. Gungak will consider your debts as you have been pleasant enough. But Gungak gets the majority of the loot. Where you do not get Gungak's raiders.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, good.
I don't see
I'd
either
rather-
of our views changing, so I'm down.
Okay, great. Do we shake on this, or is it like a contract?
Gungak will spit in his hand and put it out.
That's about right. Yeah, I'll do the same. My little tiny halfling hand and his paw. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, that visual.
Like his hand is very immediate. It like goes all the way around yours and closes as he shakes it.
Great.
It's like a little bit over your wrist as well.
Yeah, probably touches the Fey mark. Yeah. Okay. That's great. That's
So.
good.
With that, you have acquired Gungak's Raider's assistance. Now your travels turn and reorient themselves towards the mound. As you are moving closer, let's get a survival check for the night after securing the raiders.
We're back.
Oh no, please stop. Okay,
What
good.
do you
Thank
want
you,
from
Paula.
me? I've got 10 wisdom.
You gotta save us all.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
So, between all of your efforts, Andy, Frista, Tala, Ansel, Kari, Ronan, Terminder, and Lorcan, as Steralda heads back to the militia after the raiders were acquired and the raiders keep to themselves. You find an area to bed down for the night. And you are now about a few days away from the mound. As you bed down, do you have any conversations after what happened with Gurngak earlier this day?
That was, well, you know, it's a done deal. We just can hope for the best, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Hope for the best.
ideal
We always
scenario would be that the bandits and then the raiders cancel each other out, and Limerick has no more, well, less threats than before, and we get the item that we want. We kill Big Sig, and then we get the loot to pay off Fulmar,
Fulmar.
and then we show up Fulmar and get him arrested.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we don't get enough loot from the mound, I am perfectly happy giving him over to the
Well, I
lords
think
of
we should
Milan.
we should let Captain
Alden.
thank you, Strolda, the information about Fulmar. She has right to know.
Yeah, she might know that already, now that I think about it.
Well,
But
after
yeah,
the thing, we tell her, yeah? So we don't mysteriously disappear in the mound.
I do present, however, if Master Fulmar is working with Kroll and company, who's to say he's not working with other figures? If we air out his dirty
Good
laundry,
point.
perhaps maybe we don't have Kroll and company on our backs, but others. This may be something where we would do best to honor the word that we've given.
Oh man, I don't like politics. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't really want to be kidnapped or shot at or ambushed by some other gang or group of guards or whatever. Should ask him about that next time I see him. Who else is giving you money? A whole laundry list, like 20 names long, comes up. Be exciting.
I do think that Tola has a point. Perhaps we make Sterolda aware of the situation. That way, perhaps even if it is a position that is filled by a corrupt figure, there's someone who is not corrupted, able to keep checks and balances.
Right.
Yep.
And also, it is not our responsibility to, take him down or this and that and whatever. She has more stake in this than we do.
Yeah.
She can do with the information that she wishes.
Yeah. Alright, sounds like a plan. I'm gonna go to bed, unless you guys want me to not see snakes or whatever.
Andy, why don't you stay up with me? Why don't you and I take the first watch?
Okay. Great. Sounds good.
I'll do last watch again as well. Just because I'll be up anyways.
Do you want me to help again with breakfast?
I'd love for you to. It can be a thing in the mornings.
Okay, then I'll take third watch with you.
Also.
Well, I guess that means that I'm on the second watch again. Hey, why don't you come with me? And he looks to Renan. And sure, I will take a second watch. So it'll be Tala and Andy, Lorcan and Renan, Frista, and Terraminder. His figures bed down, and as they begin their rest, Tala, Andy, you are the first to take watch. If you would please, roll for me perception checks.
Okay. 16.
Oh my goodness. 2 natural ones, but one is a halfling one, so you only get one sad trombone. uh, with that, you guys begin your watch. The evening seems quiet as the sun begins to sink and turns the sky from pink to lilac, lavender, and then indigo and blue. Stars begin to dance, and Tala, Andy, what does your watch look like?
I'll play my flute. My grandpa's flute. Yeah.
As Tala smokes. Andy,
Yes.
where did you learn to talk like that to negotiate? Did a good job back there.
When you have a bazillion odd relatives and cousins, you learn how to how to talk to people and talk your way out of things.
Oh.
Kind of comes with the territory, so to speak.
Did you compete a lot with your sibling?
Oh, well, all the time. Well, I mean, yeah, we would go around and talk to folks and play little pranks or decide what we were going to do for the day, and you had to figure out who wanted what and how much they wanted it, how badly they wanted it. So yeah, always.
That is interesting.
Did you not have siblings?
No.
No.
Okay. Well,
Whoa.
I guess you could say I did, but they all died.
Oh no.
Yes, my adopted mother, she found me among cracked shells of my siblings who were eaten. And she rescued me, raised me, and yes, I mean, my mother had a lot of animal companions, so I guess you could say that I had friends growing up, but no siblings that I grew up with.
Wow, that must have been lonely.
No, my mother was fantastic. I spent a lot of time with her, and she taught me many things. I learned how to garden and things like that from her, making medicinal herbs and salves and all that. And I had, like I said, her animal companions. And I had all these beautiful plants and vegetables, and I was not lonely at all. And once in a while, maybe twice a year, we went into the nearest village to spend a few days with my mother's best friend. And she had a large family, so we got to do that.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes. Yes. Good times. What is it like to grow up with siblings?
Busy all the time. Like, always doing something, always going from point A to point B. Someone always has drama going on, or multiple kinds of drama going on. Always some new story to be heard, some new gossip. It's not just siblings. Like, we live in a whole community, and so you know everything about everyone all the time. There's neighbors, there's family feuds, there's all kinds of gossip going around, and I'll hear that someone found a ruby like 10 minutes after they found it in the cave. It's just crazy. So, yeah,
Wow. Interesting.
busy. But anyway, we're not there anymore, are we? We're here, away from all that, out in the woods. It was great. Love woods. Yep.
Do you think Taramander is going to be alright?
Yeah. Eventually. I think she's been through some stuff, and it'll just take time, and we just have to give her that time.
Okay. Good to know. I am sorry about your hand
Hand.
this morning.
Ooh. What
It was
hand?
funny.
Oh, slit. Gosh, that was so long ago. Yeah, it's. Well, I'm glad you found it amusing.
Yes, it was very amusing. Your face was quite dirty.
It's been dirty a lot lately. I think I've just kind of gotten used to it. Oh man, my mom would yell at me so much. Yep. But I like it. I like being in the woods. It's nice. Not in the woods. Wow. No, being out in the world.
You know what they say? Florida slip. Florida slip. Yes.
Anyway, you have any particular song you like growing up? Seems like
No,
no one
whatever
does.
you wish. Whatever
Oh
you like
man.
playing, I like listening to it.
Okay. Um. Oh, you like woods, which is a little bit strange. Okay, well, I'll play a song. I believe it's called something like Wind Through the Trees or something, but it doesn't have any lyrics. So,
Okay.
and I'll try this new trick out because I learned minor illusion, and so I'll try and see if I can think of what the accompaniment to my flute would be, and we'll try and do that. So I have two sounds.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a performance check to see how well it works out for you.
I would love to. 14.
Okay. It's not perfect yet, but you're definitely you've got this idea and you're working on fine-tuning it. Perhaps you can test it out here in your different watches and have it be ready to go by the time that hopefully you reach Wintervale and can hit up some of the taverns there.
Mm-hmm.
Tala, Andy, as your watch goes by, it goes by without issue. And soon it comes to getting Lorcan and Renan up. Lorcan, as he said before, light sleeper. He wakes up with ease. And Renan gets up as she always has. Unproblematic. You all are able to rest a little bit more, as it seems that Lorcan and Renan have no issues on their watch. And eventually it is time for Frista and Terraminder to be awoken. Frista, you have Lorcan coming over, gently shaking your shoulder.
5 more minutes.
Hey, we ain't got time for that shit.
Ooh.
Lisa just starts laughing and pats him on the shoulder as she gets up.
Alright, now it's time for my beauty sleep. And he heads back down to his bedroll.
Great, he definitely needs it.
It is then Frista and Terraminder, your watch beginning. Can you roll for me a perception check?
I cannot.
Okay. And then... Alright. Frista, what does it look as you begin your watch? Here in the simple evening air.
I feel like Frista's just gotten into the routine now of waking up and making food.
Okay. As you work on making food, Terraminder, of course, it seems without even questioning or thought, comes forward to provide assistance. And once more, she just seems a capable assistant. Your mind doesn't have to think much as you go through the process of crafting food, and though it is a simple task, it doesn't take much. You have that, so that way it's cooking and ready for when your companions begin to awaken.
Taramanda?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I do something wrong?
Not at all. I hate to interrupt the comfortable silence, but I just wanted to say you're a peaceful presence to be around.
Okay, yeah, thank you, thank you. Seems she doesn't quite know how to handle this.
No problem. You don't need to have a proper reply when someone gives you a compliment, but just know that all of us are being incredibly truthful when we say we care for you. And I'm really enjoying these really peaceful mornings. And Krista walks away before she gets too uncomfortable.
Before you walk away, Terraminder actually kind of reaches out to try and stop you, and then holds herself back.
I'll slow down a little bit in case she works up the courage, but I don't want to make it seem like I noticed.
Give me a performance check.
Oh god. 5.
5. As you put out this idea, at least you feel confident that you're presenting this image that, you know, you're cool, you've not noticed anything. If she comes to you, it's because, you know, she's worked up the courage herself, but it seems that Terraminder has noticed the fact that you noticed her, and one question.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you appreciate these peaceful mornings. Do you not have many of those?
With the other halfling in the party, I'm sure you two have met. Not really. As soon as she wakes up, it is hectic. In a nice way. I don't mind it. I love Andy. I think she's great. I think you both are in very different ways. It's nice to have a change of pace.
And I'll do my best to keep providing you some peace, because
Don't need to worry about it. You don't need to provide anything.
but I do.
Nope. You passively give off this. I don't know how to explain it. You make everyone around you feel nice and comfortable. And it's something you don't even need to try to do. It just happens, and I think that's amazing. And I try not to say it constantly, because it's very obvious you get a little uncomfortable with too much praise, and so I wanted to say it while everyone was asleep, and it's just you and I, but we really do appreciate you being here.
I want to thank you guys. You are, you guys, you've provided me an opportunity to be one of the good guys, and I want to make sure that you guys become, like heroes in the stories, and you guys, you deserve a lot, and I just want to provide that for you guys.
I like the thought process, but I'd love it if you can include yourself in the you guys sort of situation. You're not an outsider, Taramanda, you're one of us.
Persuasion check, please.
Please, God, bloody 10 charisma. 9.
You can tell that she hears you. That she's wanting to perhaps take that information and hold it deep inside herself. But that there's some sort of blockage there. Perhaps she still needs more time to work on herself, to have perhaps a more healthy social circle around her than what she has been confined to for most of her life.
There's no rush for you to take in what I'm saying. But until you're comfortable enough to take in what we all say, we're all here for you. And I'll let you digest that before I make you feel more uncomfortable and Friesta starts walking away to wake up the others.
Terraminder nods, growing quiet. He's holding that information, perhaps picking it apart in her mind, but each of you wake up to the smell of food and to Friesta, making sure that you have you get up. And I believe Friesta's method is, of course, Andy last.
Yup.
So, as you all awake and as you all take breakfast, any
Yay.
conversations in the morning?
Nom nom nom. Thanks, Friesta. Nom nom nom.
And
Taraminder. Thanks,
there we
Taraminder.
go.
Nom nom nom.
You need to have a new rule where you're not allowed to eat until you thank the people who made your food first.
I do them simultaneously.
That's disgusting. I'm kidding, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
fine.
You do you. You do you.
Mm, mm-hmm. Mm. Eat some more food. Feel better. Yeah. Are we there yet? Question. How far away are we?
You've got a few days, but we won't have to go over them in detail. Why don't you give me a survival check to see how well those days go?
Oh.
Group survival.
Can I not do that? Yeah, no, it's 6.
Not horrible.
Twista is rocking these things.
I have +0 to survival, but I do have advantage when tracking facing the undead. We just haven't done that yet.
There will be time.
It's not a challenge.
It's a promise.
No.
As you move, it is, it's not the easiest days of travel. Few setbacks, but they're minor. You begin to see the mound in the distance on the eve of the second day from our last risings. As you bed down into the camp and prepare for what will surely be a battle the next day when you finally close the distance fully to the mound. You there is some various energies that fill the camp this evening. Renan is contemplative and quiet as she typically is, but seems to be watching Carianthe intently. Terraminder and Ansel both have nerves, but seem to play them off, committing to the evening's routines. Are there any conversations you pursue after 2 days of travel from gathering the raiders, 3 if you count that full day, and having the mound approaching in the distance?
It's a bad idea. Wait, so there was one additional night in there?
So from where you guys just woke up, you've traveled 2 more days. You are now bedding down. And the next day will be when you finish the journey to the mound.
Okay, so one more night. Okay. Cool.
Well, you would reach the mound before nightfall tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we should plan, yes?
This is a bad idea. What?
We should plan. Yes.
I plan to leave out, get out of there alive. Is that good enough?
Well, we should meet with Gregor.
What would...
Help me. The Raiders
Gergax.
leader. Gergax.
Gurn.
And Gerngak. And meet with Stradivir.
Storalden.
Yes. And discuss the plan before we arrive at the mound tomorrow.
Well, I'm assuming they're just gonna go attack it, and a few of us are gonna go in and stealthily go and assassinate what's-his-face.
You assume, is that what they are going to do?
We had
They're
long conversations. Kidding.
Okay.
Kidding, Tyler.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
And do we know which way we're going into the mound?
Very carefully.
The front door.
Front. What? We're the sneaky people? We're going the front door?
We can't really talk about the plan when we're not all together.
Right.
Because we're the group that probably has the least information right now.
Agreed.
we'll put this out there as someone who's been familiar with battlefields and things like that. Right now, you can just use your thumb to cover the distance of the old keep at the mound. We can plan all we want, but who knows what they've got going on there. I
Right.
say
And he,
we get a bit closer if we can rough up a few guys, get some information out of them. Even better. And then
Right.
use that to plan. Again, fast on my feet. We need to get messages between the different groups. Just tell me what I need to send over.
Right.
and Big Sig knows we're coming. So,
Big Sig is aware of this from what has been passed down.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Great.
So at dawn we plan?
I would say at dawn we continue movement, and if the plan sort of forms as we go. We've got
Get more information.
we've got our plan of, attack the mound. It's just now how do we use that to our benefit.
Okay. So we get more information first and then attack.
Yep.
Well, the plan... all right. This is me coming from the orders of Starolda, who is working with you. Starolda and the militia, all under the assumption that this movement is to
Yeah.
attack the mound no matter what.
Right.
If we get more information that shifts how we approach that, I can
Right.
run to them and tell them how to do that.
Okay. So we get the information by grabbing any sentinels or whatever, rough them up, get the info. You're gonna go and talk to the captain. Who's
If-
gonna go talk to the raiders?
I would assume that I'm still the message runner. I can run
Okay.
to one group and then to another. Like I said,
Okay.
fast on my feet.
Right. Okay. Okay. But
Don't
at
worry,
dawn
Tala.
we leave. At
No, we're
dawn
gonna
we
sit
leave.
here and wait for them to attack us.
Oh my god. I'm so confused.
Tala, stop worrying about it. What'll
Okay.
happen will happen.
Okay.
Planning is kind of kaput at this point. Planning is meh.
Okay.
Alright, can I go to bed now? Please.
I didn't realize that you needed permission to go to bed.
Can I?
Andy's weird that way.
I'm just gonna go over and give Terminder a hug. I just was trying to get them to, like, be quiet and shut up so I could go to bed. Pat her on the shoulder and...
Okay. And she very awkwardly, like, right as you're going to leave, goes to return the hug and then, like, hands off immediately.
Oh my god, the timing and with this poor girl.
It's... Cool. Good night, Terminder. You should also, like, if you think of any, like, melodies or anything, you let me know, and I'll make a song. Yep. Alright, good night. Sleep tight, don't let snakes come get us, or whatever.
Don't need to worry about that if you're sleeping.
Exactly. See? Just don't wake me up, Tala. Go to the most open space in our little campsite, where I don't have a tree right over me. Go. Just keep...
Yeah, no, easily. Do you set up a watch for this evening?
Oh yes. I will take the first watch.
Last as always.
Terraminder will join Freesta, as that seems to be the standing order. We'll have Tala and Renan. And then Lorcan picks up second with Kari.
Can I, as we're taking watch, can I try to carve a little, like a round flat wooden disc, like size of a coin?
Sure. But before you do that, can you roll for me a perception check?
Of course, Game Master. It is 10.
Okay, good to know. Yeah.
That's a performance.
Oh. Oh, hey! Perception is a little bit better. Thank you for noticing that. Hey, that's 16.
Okay, good to know. You begin carving this disc.
I whittle.
Yeah. Your night is calm. Ron continues to watch Kari where she rests in a trance-like meditation. And
Rana, is something bothering you?
I am worried, I believe is the correct term for what I feel.
What are you worried about?
Cariante. I am remembering a few things about myself, and I can understand her a bit. Her attention turns over to Ansel's sleeping form. Ansel confronts his mourning. Kari seems to bury hers, hiding it in a box never to be troubled. I understand. I know I was a soldier in the life I cannot remember. I understand. And you see a small pause where she seems to focus on some small memories that she has regained. But still, seeing her suffering, even as well as she hides it, pains me.
Huh. Yes. Yes, she's feel like she tries very hard to stay strong. It is worrisome. Well, perhaps it is something that she can. Maybe if we spend more time together, she can learn to trust us and maybe let her guard down and be herself with us.
Perhaps. I worry that it is more her training than a lack of desire, which means it would be a hard road to walk. Training 8 is at some point bound to the body, and you can see where her hand flicks through the motions quickly and a flame dances to her palm. I do not remember how I learned to control. And as she closes her palm, the fire dissipates. But my body answers.
Discipline. Well, hopefully everything will well tomorrow and she will be able to relax a bit more.
Hopefully. Your morning or your watch goes by without issue. Your whittling and Renan continues to worry. But no threats appear. Lorcan and Kari take their watch. And everything must be fine because you are not awakened in the middle of your resting until Frista and Terraminder. It comes to your watch. As you are awoken once more by Lorcan Frista. He does not put up with your 5 minutes.
3 more hours.
Very funny.
I'm kidding. Good night.
Night.
Let that beauty sleep.
Always. And he throws a wink over his shoulder at you. And Terraminder wakes up. Brista, can you roll for me a perception check?
That's a 10.
Okay. It is quiet around your camp. You can hear the sounds of the other camps beginning to waken as well. Seems that they are early risers coming into the pre-dawn. You begin your process of making breakfast, and Terraminder assists as she does, as is the routine that the two of you have built up. She still seems to carry the nervousness from last night and this morning. And she's just very quiet.
If there is a moment, I think Tala's gonna go up to Talamander where...
Well, this is still technically during their watch.
Oh, during their watch. I apologize.
Yeah. You're good.
Is there anything on your mind? You don't need to share, so just...
No, I'm just, I'm nervous about the fight. It's the right thing that we're doing here, and it's important to Kari and to you guys, so I'm here for it. I'm nervous.
That makes sense. I think we're all a little nervous at this point. It's more suspense than anything. I feel like I'll be okay when I'm there, but since I'm here just staring at the mound, waiting for what's to come. Ugh. I think we'll be fine though. We've got plenty allies on our side. And I know you and everyone else are very capable. So yeah, I think everything will be fine.
With that, she nods. She seems to calm down a bit. Still nervous, but she's committed herself to this, and she feels perhaps reassured that her nervousness is not something to be faulted. As you all awake to a breakfast prepared by Frista and Terraminder, ready.
Yay.
Hey, mister, how did my coin turn out?
Roll a 1d20 plus dexterity, and then if you have woodcarver's tools, you can add proficiency bonus for that.
18.
18. It looks fairly good for what you were trying to accomplish. It's still very much a novice work, and you've got perhaps not as rounded areas as you only have the small knife that you work with or your dagger. I don't know what you've got. So it's not as, smooth and detailed, or at least the details aren't as sharp and precise as they may have been with a master crafter with the proper tools, but
Oh, right.
it looks very good for what you're capable of producing.
Okay. So I go over to Terrymander when in a quiet moment or when she's like least busy, and I go, Terrymander, I carved this for you, and I give her, maybe like a inch and a quarter round, semi-round wooden coin with a leaf kind of etched in it. Here, and I give it to her, and then I turn and walk away.
Oh, thank you, she calls out, and just
You're welcome.
contemplates and stares at the coin, turning it over, and then puts it away in her jacket, in her coat. As you all awake in the morning, are there any conversations that you seek out, any figures, before you depart and make way towards the mound?
I would just like to point out that I've never done this before. I've fought, but it was like things coming to us. Like I've never gone to a fight, and not with these large numbers. So, just FYI.
You always
I'm
remember
nervous.
your first time. You always remember the first time.
Oh boy.
Lorcan says, "Don't worry too much. I'll make sure that any sort of conversations that happen between the other two groups are fully delved into, and that this goes off with too much of hitches."
Mm-hmm.
How comforting. Logan, you've been around places, yeah?
I've been around places, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna take out my little insignia letter and show it to him. Have you seen this symbol before?
As he looks at it, I have. Now, this is gonna be you're probably not gonna believe me, but I've seen it. I'm having trouble remembering the name.
Of course you do.
I can help you, once we get to a place, perhaps the city or something like that, if we can get past them barriers. But I'm struggling here. If he comes to me, Andy, I'll let you know.
Okay, middle of battle, you just yell it out, okay?
If he comes to me in the middle of battle, I'll yell it out.
Great. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna put it back. Very carefully fold it up. Very precisely. And put it in a very particular spot in my pouch. Okay. That's great. Information's overrated anyway. I'm ready.
Then if you are all ready, If there are no more interactions or encounters you wish to seek out before you make your moves for the day.
Is this because you're gonna kill us next week?
Probably.
Yes.
TPK, it always happens, you know?
Can't wait. I'm so excited. New characters already made up.
Yep.
Just bring in one of your cousins.
No, exactly. You know it. You know it. There's so many. I have siblings.
Siblings, cousins, other community members. You're set.
Yeah. For now.
Next one
I'm
is
gonna
like,
kill all of them.
oh, my sister Andy went missing, so I'm coming out here to find her.
Oh my god. Yeah, she didn't leave. She told us she was leaving, and then she just didn't tell us why. And
Yeah,
weird.
she left very mysteriously, and now I'm trying to find her. So if you've seen a halfling who looks kind of like me, but like she's a girl,
Yeah, plays the drums, and flute.
Never
Yeah.
seen her in my life.
oh my god.
Ouch.
Um,
Likes food. Yeah.
as you set off in the morning, that is where our session will come to an end.
Great.
And we will come to the Battle of the Mound next week. I will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you to our players for playing and our viewers for viewing. Again, I will see you guys in the next stream. Until then, head over to wildewitch.com. That is our website. That's going to be wildewitch.com to find out more about us, all the ways you can find us on the internet, and of course, the invite link to our Discord where you can hang out, chat, play some games yourself. Also, while you're on the internet, you can head over to Sirenscape.com. Sirenscape provides all of our background music, our ambiance, our sad trombone to be played during dramatically appropriate times. You can find out what Sirenscape can do for you and your table at their website. And, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.